got through the digastric and the myohyoid.
Right, digastric, right, there's your mylohyoid running across. As you cut through and reflect the mylohyoid, your geniohyoid sits underneath there. Okay. So your hyoid venous arch sits right where the hyoid is. So underneath the mylohyoid is going to be geniohyoid. Behind this is sternohyoid.
And that's kind of
So this is this muscle here is your sternohyoid. So it's a kind of a little twisted, but there it is, running from the sternum up here.
And is that for like jaw, like retraction, like depression, like opening the jaw?
Not in mammals. Yeah, so in mammals they're just using the digastric for that, for opening. So in mammals, the genioglossus, geniohyoid, I should say, and is involved in pulling the base of the tongue forward. Right, so not sticking the tongue out, but the actual root of the tongue, bringing that forward. So when you stick your tongue out, you're doing two things. The extrinsic muscles of your tongue that are, or the intrinsic muscles of your tongue are making your tongue kind of change shape, and you can kind of extend it out of your mouth. But where your hyoid is, where the base of your tongue is, it's basically when the doctor says stick your tongue out and go ah. When you're going ah, you're using that. You're pulling the root of your tongue forward.
Yeah.
Right? You kind of feel that. Okay. And then the sternohyoid back here, this is acting, pulling the hyoid posterior. So this plays some role in not a direct role, but it plays at least an indirect role in speech because this overlays the larynx. So what this is doing helps to modulate what happens inside the larynx. So so these things have changed their function once you get to mammals and the digastrics take over. Okay. Then you've got your V down here, your sternomastoid. So on this side it's chopped, but on this side it's in pretty good shape. Okay, there it is, sort of overlying your sternohyoid. So this is your sternomastoid coming from here and going up to behind the ear. And then the what time is it? What do you know? 5:40. 5:40. Yeah.
You're an hour over.
Okay. So the only thing I can see that you really need to look at that you haven't yet would be up here in the digastric on the side that you cut the ear off. You want to follow the digastric back. So you can kind of clear this. You don't want to pick it off, but you can kind of lift it up. The digastric is going to come back to the corner of the jaw, and then it necks down to a little ligament, and then the posterior digastric rides up from there. So you want to see, as this goes back, right about here, it's going to neck down to a very narrow muscle, and then it's going to make a right angle turn and go upwards as the posterior digastric. And both of those pieces are necessary to open the jaw.
Would that be like right behind the temporalis?
So this is going to run, there's your temporalis up here. This is essentially kind of, you see where this goes, it's going to come up just behind the ear. So you just want to kind of lift all of this up. So this has got your, this has got your blood vessel and your salivary gland and your lymph node, and you just want to kind of lift that whole thing up without ripping it off and see how this necks down here and then turns upwards. Okay, so you just want to clear off a little in there, and then you've already seen the temporalis and then your big masseter muscle there, right? So good there. So that's the only thing that looks like you